Okay, I was watching a chick flick. It's Elizabeth Glasgow collection. The movie's called Wives and Daughters. The question is do ducks have webbed feet because they swim? You might think that that was a silly movie for me to be watching, but even the silliest and the dumbest movies, if you watch them with a critical eye, you can actually learn things about yourself and other people. One of the dumbest movies I've ever watched was City Slickers. And that movie had one of the biggest eye-opening questions in it. And that is, what is the secret to life? One of the characters in the movie City Slickers said it's one thing. And over questioning, it came out that it wasn't just absolutely one thing. It's one thing, and that one thing is different for each person. So each person has a secret to their life that makes their life worth living. And that one thing, again, is different for each person. And after thinking about this from here, it had nothing to do with the movie, I came to the conclusion that people with schizophrenia have two things that they live for, and those two things appear to be the same thing until they get close to them, and eventually those two things will drift apart and their whole life comes to a stop because they can't go this way and they can't go that way, and they're just trapped. The people without the secret to life for them, that one thing in their life that they have a set goal on, usually by parents or by other people in their lives just not allowing them to have goals or to live their own life, those are the people that are generally suicidal. So that what we learn in movies is important. Getting back to ducks. The question is do ducks have webbed feet because they swim? Most people are thinking of that as either being a yes or no question or a yes or no answer required of them. Now, a lot of people haven't studied computer programming or in-depth studied programming, and some of the old programs, I grew up on Pascal and Fortran, and it required us to set our variables from the start. And this is one, and you'll find a lot of questions actually like this, in which they're asking you a yes or no question, but the answer cannot be given in a yes or no format. So my answer to this question is no, no, and yes. So ducks individually, as in we go out and we look at each individual duck, and the question becomes, does this duck have webbed feet because it swims? And I'm going to say no, because I just can't think of a reason for that to be true. No other proof than that. The second grouping that I'm going to put this in, ducks in a large group. So if there's 1,000 ducks out there, would those ducks have webbed feet because they're swimming? And again, I can't think of a reason, so my answer is going to be no. However, when you get into the question of ducks, again plural, in a lineage succession, and here I'm going to say yes because I have a reason to say yes. The duck that gets out of the water fastest survives a predator. So over time, ducks, the ducks that don't have webbed feet, don't have big feet, and can't get themselves out of the water quickly, get away from the predators, get eaten. So they become ducks because they have webbed feet. So the question is not a yes-no answer, it is a multiple yes-no answer. Somebody asks you a question, just say the number 3, or just say green if it's a yes-no answer. A lot of times questions will be asked with improper variable types. And the question is, does the person that is asking the question have all their ducks in a row? And I'll see you on the next video.